Hey Jason, thanks for the insight you provided and adding additional information and perspectives. I enjoy how you added more on the conflict in Vietnam and why the United States struggled with asymmetrical warfare during the war in Vietnam. One aspect you mentioned was the difficulty for the United States to adjust to asymmetrical warfare during Vietnam. Um, After you mentioned this, I began to think of more reasons why the United States struggled from the North Vietnamese Army and the Viet Cong using asymmetrical warfare. And I think it also has to deal with, as a country, we never really trained our military to fight asymmetrically. Yes, we did use asymmetrical tactics during other wars in our history. However, we used those tactics, then moved away from them and went back to conventional methods. For example, in my post, I mentioned the Continental Army used ambushes at times against the British. However, they did not solely rely on ambushes and at times went back to fighting face to face on the battlefield. So, also, the bulk of our military history is seen as troops fighting conventional warfare and being trained in conventional tactics, like driving tanks into battle and having troops on the ground to march to the enemy. However, the United States never taught its military to fight asymmetrically. The quote military handbook has really never consisted of asymmetrical tactics. We've always seen the same tactics used all throughout history through the same wars, like I mentioned, having troops on the ground, field artillery as our main use of tactics, tanks charging in, helicopters, all those types of things. So we've always used the same tactics throughout history. And the events of 9/11 can be seen as a defining time and when the United States began to train our military asymmetrically. For example, the special forces and ranger positions increased dramatically after 9/11 as the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan have continued, because as a country we understood the need for asymmetrical tactics, and because of this need we have trained soldiers how to fight asymmetrically. And I just think this is an important factor in understanding the struggles the United States faced during the war in Vietnam. So overall, I was just trying to say that I think the United States really struggled fighting asymmetrical warfare and dealing with the struggle of asymmetrical warfare during the war in Vietnam, because we never, like I said, we never trained our troops how to fight asymmetrically until recently with 9/11, and we've taught, like I said, we've taught how to rely on special forces and rangers and individual personnel to go in and complete the mission. We've relied on drones with just a couple missiles on them, controlled by one person, to be able to go in and handle the mission. So thanks for all the insight you provided, and I look forward to more posts by you.